It seems like it was on cue, Denzel.
Yeah.
Every single time the stakes get raised higher and higher for you, you seem to be able to deliver, especially in the championship rounds. But I want to know, from Too Sharp himself, how did that feel in there tonight, and what adjustments did you have to make sure that you saw off Brad Pauls?
Look at performance, man. Firstly, I want to thank my team. I want to thank Frank for keeping on bringing me back every time, I take a step back and believing in me. In fact, my trainer and manager, Martin, he's always believed in me from day one. The rest of my team, Andre, Eric, that's over there, my boy Tom, everyone believes in me, my family. I just want to thank God, man, for continuing to get these opportunities. But Brad's a tough guy. I said it in the build-up, I'm not going to knock him out with one punch. I wanted to make him quit. Once I got that eye, I saw him take the knee, I thought, this is it. But I kind of planted that seed in his mind, and I thought, he's fighting against that, like, no, he wants to make me quit, I'm not letting him have that. So he's a tough guy, man, and he showed his level tonight, but I think I outboxed him. I think I'll probably give him 2 rounds. But I felt like I was comfortable, I outboxed him, and I had to show levels, and I did tonight.
That's a man over there that's resilient. I mean, he's never been stopped, never even been dropped in any situation that he's been in the professional ring. So that shows what you did tonight. But when you talk about those championship rounds and setting those traps, what were you seeing in there in terms of from Brad Pauls where you knew that you could be effective?
Well, the whole camp were working on that jab, the lead hand, to keep popping him with the jab. He was very difficult to hit with the right hand. He was moving awkwardly, but the jab was finding home every single time I could find the jab. But in camp, I kind of called this fight death by 1,000 jabs, and I think I've done that tonight.
I know you've got all this new gold to contest with, right? And I know it's difficult for you, so I'm just going to turn around and say for a second, try and readjust this. Put this back on your shoulders, the champions you should be, right? But the words that's been knocking around all week has been world title fight next, world title fight next. I remember that historic night when you went to Vegas and you had the opportunity, especially in the second half of the fight, to showcase what you can do at world level. There seemed to be a belief in that moment that you are a world level fighter. Now you get an opportunity to go and showcase what you can do again. Is it Denzel Bentley, 2025 world champion?
Yeah, man, let's go, man. I got that opportunity at a last-minute call-up. They needed an opponent. I already had a fight booked in, and I took it because I'm a fighter. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to turn down an opportunity to go to Las Vegas and fight for a world title? Coming from where I'm from, small shows, got picked up by Frank. He's pushed me all the way, but I wasn't tipped off to be the next big thing. That opportunity might not come again. But I think from that opportunity, it benefited me. It was greater rather than, than worse. So, I've come again, and I promise you guys, I promised everyone, I promised the fans, I promised my family, I'll get back to that level. And when I do, I'm going to do it right, and I'm going to capture it. Now I'm on with WBO, waiting for a mandatory call-up, and I've earned it the right way, rather than an opponent picked up off the shelf.
No voluntary, no doubt about it. You've definitely earned it the right way. It's TMC. You already know what happens in the next chapter. I'm going to ask Frank Warren right now, because you've heard a hungry fighter right there. You've heard what he turned on and feels that he can do in 2025. So, Frank, I know you're the man that can deliver that, right?
Well, he's done what he had to do tonight. He's now a mandatory challenger, and he will get a shot at the world title in 2025, early 2025. That'll happen. He boxed extremely. It's a really good competitive fight. I mean, the fans loved it. You heard him at the end of it. And I'll give all credit to Brad, as Denzel said as well. It was a really, really keenly fought fight and a very enjoyable fight. But now, moving forward, he's got to go and do now what he could have and should have done in the first fight, win that world title.
I want to have one more word about Brad Pauls, because I don't think at any point when a fighter delivers like that, he should be shunned away. And I know you're not going to shun him away.
Just now, he came over when I was over there. I said, don't you worry. I said, we'll have you back in the ring. He comes to fight. He's a fighter. He's got a fighting heart. It takes 2 guys to make a good fight, and that's what it was, a good fight. They've both done extremely well.
Denzel, I'm just going to give you the final word before we get a word from Brad Pauls, because I know how many people have travelled to hear from him today. Just thinking about your year, activity, the business you've had to put in, the work and the dedication as well. Is 2025 going to be an ultimate great year for you?
I told you, man, I'm best when I'm active. I'm best when I'm active. My 2 fights earlier in the year, I showed power. This fight, I showed skill. I showed boxing skill. I showed intelligence. I showed if someone's tough, I know how to break them down. And, I think I've done that tonight. So I've showed different crafts to my style this year. Next year, I hope I'm as active. 3 fights a year is perfect for me, man. I hope I'm active next year. And, I'm ready to move on, man. I want a world title shot, and I want to move on in my career.
Work to Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues, my bro. Appreciate you.